Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues with the Enclave Reborn submod. Starting up a new recording session, very glad that I was able to sign in because obviously Hearts of Iron 4 just went through another patch, which also bumped up the version of this mod, and it was telling me that it wasn't going to work, but it seems everything is fine, so awesome. So I've had a little bit of time to think about our war against the NCR and New Victoria. The sooner we can end things against New Victoria, the better. Because as of right now, we have way too much resistance that's going to be sabotaging all of my factories and dockyards, which means production is going to be a little bit tough. So the question then becomes, how do we get to New Victoria, force them to capitulate, and win the war? There are two paths that I can think of. One, naval invasion. The problem with a naval invasion is we, as of right now, have 0 ships. And if we... it doesn't show... Okay, there we go. Naval supremacy in the American coast. Currently is only at 42%, but we require 50% just to be able to launch any naval invasions. We also would need 50% control of the Canadian coast up over here. And I'm fairly confident the only way we're going to be able to do that, it's not going to be enough to have air superiority, the only way we're going to be able to do that is have a lot of ships. Right? And I mean, like, quite a few of them. So we can start building things like canoes and barges and so on. I'm not really sure if it's a question of numbers or the more guns you have maybe gives you more supremacy. I really don't know for sure. But it's going to take a long time. Like, I think it'd be taking at a minimum 5 years in-game to have a large enough fleet to get 50% naval supremacy in both sea lanes so I can launch a naval invasion. That is one way of doing things. And I guess we will go ahead and start building, let's say... well, I guess, hang on, let me also consider a manpower thing. So 5 manpower per outrigger canoe, but we build like 3 or 4 of these for every 1 sailing ship, which costs 10. Light attack 8.4, 1. So the sailing ships seem better. I think the sailing ships might be the way to go. So we can go ahead and start building some of these, but as you can already see, all these dockyards are sabotaged. The only way we're going to be able to make that work is if we are constantly prioritizing fixing all of our dockyards. It can be done. 100%, this is a definite path that will lead to victory, and it might be the path that we take. But let's consider our second option. The second option is an airdrop. We're already pretty good at the airdrops. Problem is, we don't have nearly the range that we need to do an airdrop. Where's the... yeah, there's the troop carriers right here. So this is our range, right? Too far. I could build an airbase right here, but it's still not close enough. So the only way we can get close to Vancouver Island is if we actually are able to build an airbase up in this general region, probably in West Washington. I did some tests, and building, like, let's say, a drop right here, even though technically this area would be within the radius, is still not close enough for it to say, we have the range to drop anything here. So this is not enough. We're going to have to push all the way to West Washington and build an airbase. And then we can do airdrops, and that would work, and I wouldn't have to wait on any more ships. The problem with that is we need to fight 2 more factions, the Northern Mojave Pact, and finish them all off, and then we need to fight the Northern League, and that includes, of course, the Washington Brotherhood, who is also technologically superior, and has a lot of troops. So the question is, will we win that fight? This would be a fast path to victory. It would also be very costly in manpower. This would be the slow path to victory, and very manpower efficient. What is better? Really hard to say. I think we're going to try for the Northern Aggression. We'll build ships in the meantime, but we're going to try for the Northern Aggression. Worst come to worst, at least knocking out, you know, the Northern Mojave Pact would be nice. Unless there were a way for me to get, I don't know, let's say, like, airbase rights. I mean, I could ask for docking access, and that would be necessary just to give me the naval range that I need to be in the Canadian coast. But there is no good way, as far as I'm aware, to... drop off any planes in, let's say, the Washington Brotherhood's land so that we can drop in Vancouver Island. I don't think that that's how that works. So we're going to have to do it this way. We're going to have to kill some of these people. Let's start with probably the Pact. There's no point in doing this naval invasion stuff because we can't go anywhere for years. So let's start by setting up an army. Kind of depends on who joins and what. We'll start with a good, strong force here against Arroyo, and I know you're not strong enough, but we'll set you up over against, probably these guys. I want to knock out some small participants quickly. And see if I can find, like, a backdoor access. Actually, there is no backdoor access to the Pharaohs. We'd have to go through Twin Falls. All right, so you kill these guys and then collapse in this direction and hopefully push into New Thebes. Though if I recall correctly, the pharaohs do take a bit of effort to put them down. Klamath I'm concerned about joining. It doesn't necessarily... Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get some free pushes, but maybe we can handle it. Let's see. Let's just get our troops all in position and see what we can do. Now, in order to preserve our manpower, one thing I think I need is the cloning facilities. I've never attempted this, so I have no idea how effective it's going to be. And even if we can do a cloning experiment, there's a 70% chance of failure. But if it works, I'm assuming I get a pretty good amount of manpower, which could fund the war effort, because production right now is not an issue. To do a cloning facility, though, I need civilian factories in a state. So it looks like it wants to build automatically in Vault City, which I think is down over, yep, right here. And right now we only have one civilian workshop, so we need to go to our construction and prioritize building at least 4 more civilian factories right there. I'm going to make those priority number 1. This is going to take a little time, but if it solves a lot of my manpower issues, it is well worth it. And I don't know if there are any costs aside from political power to doing cloning experiments. Maybe they become rebellious and try to kill you. I don't know. But if they don't, then awesome. I can just sit here and keep spending political power and try to get some free manpower. Hopefully. All right, so we did just get some Brahmin herding. So we're a bit ahead of time in all the other techs over here. We could go for construction speed, and actually that's only 0.1 years ahead of time. Let's go for that. Rubber refinement. So if we want to get to tanks, we are going to have to research these scrap gun trucks and so on. All the mechanized. You need both of these routes, I think, to get to tanks. So that's an option. We could start working in that direction. Support companies. I mean, I haven't really been using initiative up to this point, so I'm going to go with not that important. Still a fair bit ahead of time in howitzers. We could actually start working on the medical chem companies, and I've kind of put the field companies, or sorry, the field hospitals on the back burner. But I probably shouldn't. Given that we now know manpower is going to be such a bottleneck, we kind of need to be doing more of that. I had been assuming, falsely, that we'd be able to keep using our political power to try and get free manpower using the special national focus for contacting the remnants. It makes sense that I can't do that indefinitely. That would be a little overpowered, but I was hoping. It would be worth picking up some new specialists. Air superiority, entrenchment speed, army experience, artillery attack and defense. Now that we actually do have howitzers, we gain something from this. We could also improve our infantry equipment production speed and research, which is nice. That'd be worth picking up. Reason being, I think that does actually apply to things like our power armor upgrades in the future, which we're not that far ahead of time on anymore, so... A 10% increase in speed is nice. Also, if we can research the advanced energy weapons, that will unlock some special upgrades for our Tesla energy weapons, which will be nice. Also, I think... I'm going to go ahead and reduce this a little bit, by the way, so we can just start producing more of these. We don't need convoys. That's not the issue here. I think... I need to turn this on. Yeah, we are still doing a lot of Tesla energy upgrades, so producing more of those per day is just straight up going to be better. How much manpower does it take to build a robot division? 150 compared to 225. It's not a massive difference to get 10 combat width, but that's probably also because we don't have... Yeah, it's partly because we also don't have a bunch of support companies. It really would be worth adding in the medical chem company. I know that costs me manpower that I don't really have. But if we can support this, it would preserve manpower and also preserve experience a little bit. So we'll have the explosive, machine gun, maintenance, recon, and field hospitals for all of our special power armor divisions, and I think that's going to be worth it. So there goes all of our manpower. Boom. We're going to need more, obviously. And going to a war... Excuse me? Oh. Okay, so this does happen. We learned this last time. There is a guaranteed civil war that will fire for Caesar's Legion. So it looks like we have Lanius versus Vulpus in Colta fighting because the Caesar is dead, and now they want to have a new legion. Under other circumstances, I would say this is a very good opportunity to kill them. But right now, I'm not in a position to do so. They're going to have a lot of troops. Even if I do have technological superiority, we're just not good. We need to have the cloning facilities before I feel like we can do pretty much anything. So let's go ahead and justify a war goal. Only takes 10 days? Wow. Well, that's beautiful. All right, you need an offensive line basically to here. Actually, why did you not do... Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong division. You need an offensive line just to push all the way up here. You need an offensive line just to push these guys into the river and kill them all. Okay. We have a few green units, I just realized. We could probably fix that. Let's go ahead and just assign them to someone else for a minute. We will do some training exercises, get them off of being green. Do you really just have that little experience? How do we deploy you with no experience? I think it's because we lost literally all the manpower, and with nothing to trickle back, it just ruined them. If I had manpower, I'd happily add field hospitals to all of them as well, but we don't. All right, there's our justification, like, done. I guess I don't really have time to tell you guys to train, so you're just going to have to learn on the job. Hope you're okay with that. Some new research speeds wouldn't be the worst of ideas. Industrial concerns and so on are nice. We are working on those factories, so okay. I guess we go ahead and declare our war. And go, go, go. Now I need all of you guys to basically push this way. You guys are going to push along here. You push up to here. You guys push up to here. Let's just push. It looks like he had nothing defending at the moment. And so far, none of his allies have joined the war, though I imagine that will change in a moment. Or maybe not. I mean, hey, if you're going to let me just pick you off systematically... There they are. Okay, Mirrorlurk tribes, the Grand tribes, the Delta. So far, not Klamath and the Pharaohs. Those are the two that I was the most worried about. So that's nice. I'm going to have you guys push here, and then you guys push up here. And that should finish them... Wait. Where's your capital? Oh, they're up here. Oh, hello. How did you get land over here? Oh, I guess... Okay, occupations during the... Got it. Never mind, we're fine. Well, whatever. We'll get them. All right, I need you guys to just push this way and make sure he doesn't go anywhere. We're going to be losing manpower as we do this, but oh well. You go up this way. You go up this way. We're just trying to grab some victory points so that we can end this war quickly and effectively. Okay, you guys now push down here. And I don't think he's going to have much defending at home, so this should be over pretty quick. Or maybe not. He's defending a little bit more than I expected him to. Oh, nope, there we go. Oh, wow, we can just immediately peace out. Well, awesome. I'm taking all your states. Goodbye. We're still at war, though, so we need to get up here now against Culp Creek. Still no Klamath joining the war. This is actually going to put me in a pretty good position to go and kill the Western Brotherhood. We're going to get right up to them. All right, so we'll have a double offensive line like this. Get your preparation bonus and then go. You guys almost finished this off. Okay, now I need you guys to jump down here to, I guess, the Delta. We'll do a push down to here. Go if you see the opportunity. The fall of Arroyo. Mr. President, as you are reading this communication, Enclave troops are marching through the capital city. I'm aware I already signed a peace treaty, so they're very dead. More base war support, and we kill some people, so we lose manpower. Well, I mean... Alright. Free military factories. What should we work on? What are we missing? Anything? Mostly just robots, which we are trying to improve a little bit. I guess we'll do some more weaponry and so on. I need to get more freaking robots so we can reinforce. Everything else... Yeah, it's just everything else is broken. We have way too many saboteurs. That's part of my problem. How are we doing on power armor? 9,000. Pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pull back some of these so we can work on other things. We also don't need this many... Well, I'll leave the salvage cars because we actually can upgrade the cars in a moment. Guess we'll just focus on a few extra, like, aircraft and stuff. I don't know. Alright, go to Colt Creek. You go to the Crowlands. You go here. You go here. You go here. Okay. I don't think they have anything at home, so we should be able to kill them pretty quickly. And they are indeed dead. Alright. Take all states. Perfect. So, who are we at war with, then? Wait, are we not even at war with the Delta anymore? Nope, we're not. Well, what do you know? Okay. So that leaves Klamath and the Pharaohs. I don't think they can join any wars anymore. Or in this existing war. They can certainly join their own other wars. I guess we're going to go kill Klamath. Looks like almost... you got quite a few. Okay, never mind. I was going to say almost all of their victory points are in one spot, but not quite true. We will set up along over here with you. You're going to push up this way. You are going to push across their primary victory points like this, which you should be able to handle. Okay. Assault craft is done. Well, grand. We could upgrade the sailing ships. Is it worth getting better ships? Probably worth researching a few options at the very least. We could improve things like our ship design. Not sure how much good that does for me exactly, but we could. We definitely do not need our close air support where it is right now. So let's push these guys over here to, like, southern Oregon and stuff. We have more planes somewhere, right? More close air support? No? Really? Oh. Alright. Well, I suppose we could fix that with a few more close air support. I really need to be producing more of these. Wait, why did you not add the air wing like I told... Oh, we don't have enough manpower to supply any more air wings. Right, never mind. Suppose that does pose a small problem. Let's justify a new war goal. I guess for the den. Okay, so that'll get started. New decryption tech is done. Sorry, encryption tech. Let's go for decryption. That's not too far ahead of time, but let's just do this. Okay, so he's going to start reinforcing a little bit in anticipation that I'm going to kill him, because he is correct on that point. Refined mixture is going to be improving our field hospitals. Let's keep doing that. Preserve the manpower for our power armor units. We're also about to upgrade a wasteland car. Sweet. We can also go directly to the military car, because, for some reason, this is not ahead of time. How are we doing on the production of our ships? We are certainly working on them. How are we doing on construction of the factories? Still working on that, too. And, of course, everything is still getting sabotaged, so... yeah. I freaking hate having to deal with the stupid rebels. One thing I suppose we could do that would help with the rebels a little bit. We could... there's a button for this. There it is. Occupied territories. We could reduce resistance growth. I actually think that that's a fine decision. We get less factories, but I don't care. We technically get a little bit more manpower, and we also get less resources. I don't care about resources or factory. Resistance growth and manpower does matter to me. So actually going to be gentle with them is probably a good call. All right, happy with that. Outdated equipment's in production. Dadoy. Build the bigger cars, because they're cute. All right, are we ready to declare a war? I think so. Call in allies. Go. Go, go. All right, you guys need to grab victory points here. Victory points here. Medford, and then Klamath. You go here. You guys go to the Warren. You guys go to the feeding grounds. You push up to the Broken Top. You guys basically just push north where possible. Okay, that should be fine for now. Let's get started. Of course, they are falling before my might. We are fast, and we hit really hard. What can I say? It's effective. Grab all victory points, please and thank you. Okay, the Delta once again has been called in down over here. We'll have to deal with them. The Grand Shryock got called in. I don't even know where the Grand Shryock are. There they are. They're down over here. Not an issue. Who cares? I'd like you to finish this guy off real quick. Don't let him go anywhere. Okay, we're pushing to the capital. We do need to grab the den. Okay, we can push back on all of this. Don't let him trap you. You push up here. You push through here. Go to this area. Kill him. Go here. You push down this way. Get to the den. And I think we're going to have him. Because he doesn't really have much in the way of victory points left. So this is fine. Is he dead? Yep. Perfect. Done with that. Are we still at war with anyone? Nope. So now we can focus our effort on the Pharaohs. Man, convenient. Who the heck are you? The old country. Oh. You have some land over here too, huh? Okay. Alright. So, the new question then becomes... who to kill next? I guess we can kill the Akama Nation just so we can get... well, okay, is it to our advantage to get the Akama Nation so we can fight against the Western Brotherhood with a larger front? No, because then the old country can jump on us and give a concave against us. Better for them to remain neutral so we can focus all of our efforts right here. In fact, technically, it might be better not to fight the Pharaohs, because then I'm sure the old country is not coming down this way. On the other hand, them splitting means if I focus all my forces over here, we're faster at killing the Washington Brotherhood. Yes, we might lose some ground over here, but is that okay? Wait, hang on. These are very important tactical decisions, and I need to think about it for a minute. If we don't kill the Pharaohs, the old country will pull all their troops over here, which means we are going to have a very difficult front line. Yeah, I actually think it would be better for us to try to split them. Split their attention. We'll give some ground so that we can quickly capitulate the Washington Brotherhood, so I can do my drops into Victoria so we can end this war and stop sabotaging, and then focus our attention. It's a strategic retreat, I would say. There are no other points of access. Wait. Yes, there is. Right here. You can barely see it, but it's there. All right. So you guys are going to push down this way. All right. Everyone's set up. We're going to war again in a moment. Let's justify a war goal. We're going to finish Dick Shooter. All right. That's a fun name. We're going to set up for our final war against the Northern Mojave Pact. I guess we do need to kill the Delta at some point. And probably the Great Khans, but I don't know. How are we doing on manpower? I mean, not good. Where's the deficit? It's somewhere, right? Isn't there somewhere it shows the deficit that you have? I don't see it. Well, I'm really counting on this whole cloning facility thing working. It might not work. I mean, I don't know. I really hope that it does. Caesar's Legion, of course, can no longer provide materials because Volpa's Legion is probably winning, right? Kill it with a Navajo. Yep, Volpa's Legion is utterly obliterating. Man, when they finish this, they're going to have like over 200 legions ready to go. That's going to hurt. Much spoopies. I'm not a fan. We may not fight Caesar's Legion in this series. So here's what I'm thinking about doing once we are finished with this, right? I want to finish off New Victoria. I'd like to finish off the Washington Brotherhood and just kind of have this entire area to myself. That'd be fun. Once we're done with that, we can continue and try to conquer the world, or we can end things and go for a new series, maybe pick up this exact mod again, and say, we played the correct genocidal path, now we'll start the Enclave Redeemed, or the Enclave Reformed, and we're going to go down this path and see what has been offered by the author, because, wow, there is a lot of content to explore, and that would be fun. So I think that we may do that. We may just jump immediately into another series as the same faction, but a completely different way of playing the game. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? I think so. You know what? Hang on. I think I'm going to set you guys up, do a quick little order right here, and your goal is just to push here. And we're going to assign basically all of you to do this, because, okay, this is not actually set up the way I wanted it to. My thought is we can do a pretty quick cutoff and kill all his troops. This is a very easy place to use a straight sword advantage. He can't retreat, and he's going to have no supplies. We just obliterate. That makes too much sense for me not to do it. All right, still only putting in like 10 manpower per day. I think it's actually 19, but it's just not a lot. Sailing ships upgraded. Awesome. We have that. We can go for armed tug. I'd rather see if there are any other upgrades we can go for, such as the defense value, organization, supply use reduction. Works for me. Not that there's really a lot of room for attrition. I overvalue the supply usage, I think. In Old World Blues, there's so few population, so few troops actually on the field, that I feel like we don't actually have a ton of issues with supplies. Anyway, let's just go ahead and conquer. So you guys literally are just going to push... Nope, nope, nope. You guys sit tight. You guys are literally just going to push like this. And let's see if we can get a quick kill on all of them. Got that. So they're fully surrounded now. Congrats. So now we just split the troops up. We hold the ground for a minute. And he is going to be taking attrition across the board, right? I think so. What else should we be researching here? This is all a little bit ahead of time. Still ahead of time. 0.76, still ahead of time. Okay, nothing there. I guess we can go for the defense value. That's still about a year ahead of time as well. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get some passive defense. So your offensive line now is like this. Yellow, I actually don't want to have here. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and create a couple new front lines like this. Along the straits. Not that I think he has much to defend with. But it's enough to potentially be a problem. We'll do that. And then we'll push them forward manually after I finish just surrounding and crushing these fools. His supply actually is not gone. And part of that's because he does have some reinforcement points. Let's go ahead and pick those up real quick. We need to go grab his victory points here so he has no supply generation. Make sure we grab his airfield. Okay, we've got those. So now he's gonna... Yeah, now his supplies are going down. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. And we are defending the straits, which means he's got nothing either there. Okay, so we're good. All right, so go ahead and attack whenever you feel it's appropriate. We should be overrunning pretty much everything at this point, so this is going to be an easy cleanup. The Delta, once again, has been called in, but honestly, I don't think it matters. They've done nothing to me thus far. If we can just win this war conclusively, quickly, it's going to end, I think. Okay, got that. All right, so new front line, let's say right here, and offensive line goes over along this entire area. Go and go. Okay, and now we just push out and win. Of course, the faster we can grab victory points and stuff, the less manpower I have to worry about losing, so the better. Let's see if you guys grab all those. Okay. Shouldn't last too long. He's got no defenses really left, so that was an easy pickup. 0.7 years ahead of time, still there. How about no? Let's go for... Could go for some resource extraction so I don't have to trade anymore. Don't think that's really worth it. Could go for some radar. Don't know what we would get from that, really. Guess we'll just go for some more organization value on my units. Okay, now you guys get to the Teraton Wastes. Push up to Dene. And that's it. Perfect. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Got that. Get all their equipment. That leaves just the Northern League preventing us from killing New Victoria. Now, we could build some air bases up over here, but I'm promising you it's not actually going to work. I've done some tests on this. Does not work. We could go for the extra artillery attack and defense, or we could improve our fighters, or we can make gunships cheaper to produce and more reliable. Ooh. I like increasing agility, but I think I really like the idea of producing gunships faster, so let's go for the Vertibird. How are we doing on the factories? 2 down, 2 to go. All right. Let's also be repairing our dockyards. Everything in the NCR is just burning. There's nothing we can do about it. Make you guys the top priority. Okay, so we're working on this. We're getting there. Decisions, can we see? Yeah. So where is Vault City? It's over here, right? Yeah, so there's 3 out of the 5 that I think we need. Oh, this is cool. This is actually like old Fallout 1 like graphics, isn't it? Right down here? Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know maybe that was a thing. All right. Let's set up against the Northern Brotherhood. You guys are going to set up against these guys here. The Maw. We'll do an offensive line up like this. Try and get them out. You need to do an offensive line... Honestly, probably like this. We need to do some sort of a cutoff to split his forces in some way. This is going to be rough. I mean, the Washington Brotherhood has way more troops than I do. 78. If they're even remotely technologically advanced, and they should be because they're a Brotherhood League, They will put up way more of a fight. I may have to rely on some very clever paradropping, but he's got so many victory points to grab. I'm not super sold that this strategy is even going to work. I'm really not. It may fail, and if so, we've still been building ships. So I'm going to assume that we're still building up properly to another victory path, and in the meantime, I guess all we've done is just grabbed a bunch of free factories with no unrest. So, I mean, is it really the worst thing in the world? No. But this next push, this is going to be the game decider. Otherwise, we are literally going to have to sit on our thumbs for the next 4 years. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time.